Hey y'all, today on the farm I got a whole lot of peanut seed in the farm store, which means it's that time of year again. We first start putting nuts in the dirt. For those of y'all who don't know, my family for many generations has earned its primary living as peanut farmers. We grow peanuts, that's what we do. Now, more recently, I have started earning a larger portion of my living off of peas and butter beans and green beans than of peanuts, but that is because peanut prices are absolutely terrible right now. I still have the most amount of acreage, the most equipment investments, and all the total package of this farm is really geared toward peanuts. So when peanut prices are actually profitable, when they're actually a fair price, then peanuts is overwhelmingly the major force behind this farm. But a little different than what y'all seen me do in the past, doing my peanut land prep, I'm gonna actually bed the peanuts this year. I hadn't bedded peanuts in probably over 15 years. This is a KMC 12-row bedder, and it has been sitting in the bushes for a decade and a half on this farm. I drug it out yesterday evening. We're gonna make some modifications to it, and we're gonna get out there and see if we can get the peanut land ready. First thing we're gonna do is get rid of these row markers. So this 12-row bedder, one of the reasons we quit using it is they are crazy heavy. That's why it has this extra wheel on the back to help pick it up. The tractor lift itself cannot pick it up. It needs a lift assist wheel to get it picked up off the ground and to hold it up. These 12-row bedders, once folded up, they stack fold like this. Once folded up and going down the road, if you had to pull over to meet a car and you hit a bump while you're riding with one wheel off of the pavement, they have broke the lift arms off of the tractors. I know a local farmer who had the back of his tractor broke off when the weight of a 12-row bedder bounced while going down the road. That bounce was enough to break the back of the tractor off. So we're gonna get rid of some weight. We're gonna take these heavy row markers off because we're driving with guidance. Back up. Back up. I got it all hooked up now. I had to replace a cylinder or have a cylinder rebuilt on it. This lift cylinder right here that folds that whole wing up. As soon as, was it this one? It was this one. As soon as I started folding the wing up, seal blew out on the cylinders. It's old dry rotted seal and oil went everywhere. So anyway, cylinder repaired, replaced. Remotes on the tractor, I just put in some O-rings and the remotes on the back of the tractor so we don't have any leaks back there. So now we gotta take this up to my parents' house, to the big shop up there, and clean this beast up a little bit before I hit the field and get dirt all over it. Now that I got it cleaned up, I'm gonna replace the points. So this is the point down here. See, this one still got some life left in it, still got some overhang down here. However, if it don't have the fins on top, I'm gonna be in the hard red clay. So I want a point that has a fin on top because that fin will bust dirt clods. It'll bust big clods as it passes through the ground. This one here will just roll a big clod out and I'll be left with big dirt clods. We don't want that. What the KMC Ripper Bedder does is it takes a smooth field like this one. This field has been bottom plowed or moldboard plowed and then field cultivated smooth, and it makes it look like this. So I have these beds here. The way it's going to do that is it's going to run this line of shanks in the ground about 15 inches deep, this point way down under the ground. That's ripping a deep, soft furrow, which is right where the root zone's gonna be when I plant the peanuts. Following this shank, you'll see a pair of discs and a pair of discs. Those two pairs of discs are gonna throw a mound of dirt together right in the middle. Right on top of that deep furrow, there'll be a mound of soft dirt. Behind that mound is this big door with bed shapers attached to it. Now you can lower these bed shapers, you can adjust them, you can have different size bed shapers. These are the 4-inch shapers. We got some 6-inch shapers down there that would make a taller bed. And so this door is knocking down the mound that those pairs of discs are throwing up, and then these little add-on pieces here are shaping it back to make the mound exactly that size. So the mound's not a huge mound, it is a mound that is 4 inches tall and this wide. You may be wondering why I'm bedding the peanuts. I don't typically bed peanuts if you've watched previous videos. A lot of farmers, let me preface this by saying, in the last year and a half, I've seen more farmers go out of business than I have in the whole rest of my lifetime combined. A lot of farmers going out of business the last year and a half. And, you know, 2023 and 2024 are the worst years in ag history in the U.S. ag economy. But all the prognosticators, the banks, everybody's saying that 2025 is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the worst year, and they predict a sharp incline. Because the farming economy is cyclical. It goes up and down, just like cattle. Cattle's at a high right now, farming's at a low. 2 years from now, they're going to be opposite. So, being that 23 and 24 were so tough, and so many people went out of business, and 25 is supposed to be worse, a lot of farmers are throwing Hail Marys this year. They're just planting maybe a crop they've never planted, or they rarely plant, or just doing something really different, planting all one crop instead of having a diverse line of crops. And just a lot of Hail Marys, a lot of hope and prayers going out there. So farmers are by nature natural experimenters. Whenever someone says that a farmer does something because that's the way they've always done it, that person knows nothing about farmers. Farmers never do anything the way they always do it. Farmers always do things differently, constantly experimenting, constantly changing, constantly trying to find a better way, a cheaper way, a more productive way. And my Hail Mary that I'm going to throw here is I'm going back to what has proven to be the highest yielding formula for peanuts over and over and over again. We try different things, maybe less amounts of tillage or different amounts of tillage to save money. However, what I'm doing this year, this is the max amount of tillage, so it is the max amount of initial land prep cost that I can possibly have in planting peanuts. But this method here has proven over and over to be 100% the highest yielding method. So I'm putting all my eggs in to make my peanuts make the most they possibly can make through known research and history on our farm. This number here is the amounts of fuel I'm burning per hour. Right now I'm burning about 14.5 gallons of diesel per hour, pulling this big old ripper bedder. A 12-row ripper bedder in red clay is big boy, full-grown man tractor work. If you want to see how tough your tractor is, if you want to find out if it's likely to break, hook it to a 12-row bedder and drop it down in some red clay and see how long it lasts. So depending on the cost of fuel on the day that it is put in the tank at my farm, I'm burning about $40 or $50 an hour in fuel to pull this implement. Let's do a little bit of math here. If I'm burning $50 worth of fuel an hour, and I'm currently covering just over 13 acres per hour, then 50 divided by 13 acres, I'm spending about $3.84 per acre in fuel to run this machine. I have not contracted my peanuts yet because the price is absolutely terrible. But the people that I know that have contracted at $525 per ton. And if you do $525 divided by 2,000 pounds, peanuts are worth about 26.25 cents a pound. They're worth a quarter a pound. So if I take the $3.84 worth of fuel per acre and divide it by the 26 cents per pound of peanuts, it's going to take me 14.76 pounds more peanuts to offset the cost of pulling this implement. 14 pounds of peanuts is nothing. We make, we may make 6,000 pounds an acre, anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000 pounds per acre. So the process of pulling this better easily pays for itself and adds significant profit. These points that you saw me put on this machine, these are $40 a piece, so I got about 480 bucks worth of points on the bottom of this machine, and they are wearing out all day long while I drive across this field. I should easily be able to do this field without completely wearing them out, but it is also going to cost me $480 worth of points to get this done. Well, I hope everybody learned a lot today about bedding peanut ground. I thank everybody for watching, and by the time you see this video, I will likely be out there putting peanut seed in the ground. I thank everybody for watching. I hope to see you next time.